This is a test. I'm making sure that the sound is sounding, that the moves are moving, and that the vibe is vibing. Before we go into our amazing video, make sure you like and subscribe to see more content like this. Tomorrow, March 2nd, the Oscars will be happening at 7 p.m. East Standard Time. And we'll be watching it live with you guys over on YouTube. And our Twitch, link in the description. So make sure you tag along, make sure you come to the ride, and it will just be a fun time reacting to what happens.
Hopefully a fun time. Who knows who's going to win the awards this year?
Yeah, there can be some crazy stuff happening that will make me really furious.
But that's why we're going to do it live, so you can see our reactions.
So, see you there. So, let's go into the video. Hello! Welcome back to That Film Couple. We're doing a little bit of a fun thing today.
Yes, we are.
So, the Oscars are actually tomorrow, as of the release of this video. So, we wanted to go real quick and go into our NCA Awards, as we did last year, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to do a tier of all the movies we watched in theaters in 2024.
Obviously, not all of these were nominated for an award, but these are still movies that we actually watched. So
in theaters, specifically, because we watched a lot more than that. But there's 37 movies that we're going to go in. And let's actually just hop right into Tier Maker right there. And then these are the categories we have. We have Do Not Watch.
The lowest ranking
Lowest
tier
that you can go. And Watch at Your Own Risk is like, I mean, you could watch it, but like,
is it worth it?
That's up to you. Watch once is like, fine, give it a shot. That's it. Definitely Watch is a movie that is really good and you should definitely watch it. You will have a good time.
Pretty self-explanatory.
At least. And then, oh my god, watch many times. It's a movie that is just
movies
cinema.
Of the year.
Cinema. Watch it and then like watch it again.
Yes.
So, without further ado, I think like we can just hop right in. I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
So
we're gonna go by order of when we watched it.
Yes. So we're gonna start with the first movie we watched in 2024, and that was Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
We watched that January 4th.
Yes.
So very early on.
I admit I don't remember much about this movie.
It's been a bit.
I don't even really remember what I said I ranked it. But it feels like it was not memorable.
Yeah, it feels like, for me, it feels like a watch once.
That's just like, okay.
What do you think? I mean, it's not a definitely watch. It's like you can go on your life without it.
See, I just remember enjoying the first Aquaman movie and not really caring about this sequel.
Especially all the drama.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe we should put it at Watch at Your Own Risk. Yeah.
I can live with that. I can live with that.
The next movie we watched on January 11th was Wonka. We both really enjoyed this movie, which was shocking because you don't like musicals.
I don't like musicals. This was a banger.
I would think we'd put it in definitely watch.
I was thinking, oh my god, watch many times. No? You don't feel the same?
No, I don't feel the same.
Okay. We'll put in definitely watch and then we'll see.
Because it was like a fun time.
Yeah.
But not a long time. I've never rewatched it.
I think I rewatched it once already.
I guess you like
it.
But
like in the background.
Right.
But we'll keep it at definitely watch and then we'll see how we feel.
Next up is Night Swim.
We actually spoke with Bryce McGuire, the director of Night Swim, about the making of this movie, and I think that gave us a lot of good information. That's in our YouTube channel right now if you want to go take a look.
I think
like many horror movies, and this is my personal belief about horror movies, is a watch once.
Well, yeah, because then when you know all the scares are gonna happen, it's not scary any other time you watch it.
Yeah, there's not many horror movies that I would say you have to watch more than once.
Yeah, that's fair of the whole genre. So yeah, because it's a solid movie, but yeah, I haven't watched it again because I already know what happens.
Yeah.
Next up is Poor Things. We watched this on January 19th.
Real quick with Night Swim, the only reason why I will watch it again is because now we know more stuff because the directors told us. So there's like things I might want to go and actually capture again.
Yeah.
But yeah. Poor Things.
Poor Things was a wild ride. I remember being completely shocked. And I was just telling him when we were in our theater, this is around the time that Mean Girls movie was coming out. So I genuinely think this couple sitting directly next to me were supposed to watch Mean Girls because they left within like 10, 15 minutes of the movie starting.
They noticed that
I think that they were in the wrong theater. Yeah. This is crazy. I love the look of it. Will I watch it for the story, though? Like, again?
I think it's a watch once. Because I had a really bad time watching this movie.
No, you didn't like it at all.
I had a lot more fun reviewing it and analyzing it than actually watching it.
Yeah.
So, watch once?
Yeah.
I know this might be a hot take. Many people might be like, oh, definitely watch. Watch more than once. I'm like, okay.
It is like a rough watch to an extent.
I'm actually thinking like watch at your own risk. Like
really,
this is not a movie for everybody.
I mean, yeah, it is incredibly shocking. We were not expecting different montage sequences. If you know, if you know, you know.
Watch at your own risk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really hot take.
I know.
But
next, we saw this movie because AMC Theaters has this thing called Scream Unseen, where you see like a new horror movie a little bit in advance before it comes out. And our movie selection was Out of Darkness. I really enjoyed this movie. I really liked it. I don't think I heard much of anything about this movie prior. So I was just going along for the ride.
I think it's a definite watch.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. That was a very fun experience. A fun world building too.
And it's very quiet, very like ominous.
They had their whole language that they made for it. It was really well done. I like that movie. Next we have Argyle, which was February 1st.
I feel like we really liked the movie. We had a good time. But then reviewing it, we noticed that
everybody
most people hated it.
So
I think watch once.
Yeah,
I think it's fair.
It was a fun comedy. I don't know why people agree with this, but it's like, okay, yeah, I understand some things you might not appreciate, but I just thought it was generally just a really funny movie. Teach their own. Next up, we have the Bob Marley movie we saw on February 23rd.
We've seen the play. We've seen the movie now. I think it's either watch once or definitely watch, but it's not a memorable movie, if you will.
Overall, yeah. Because it was, I feel like I remember remarking that it was like right in like the middle of his career versus like a standard, this is how his whole life was.
It's not an in-depth look about his whole life. So watch once?
I feel like watch once is fair. Yeah.
I'm even thinking watch at your own risk, but it was a good time.
Yeah. We did enjoy our time there. Next up we have the Kung Fu Panda movie. The fourth movie, that is. And that was March 14th. We watched that.
I think it's a definitely watch.
What? What do you mean?
I think it was kind of iconic, bringing back old enemies. I know they didn't do it amazingly.
Well, that's why I would put it at watch once, because I don't think they did it amazingly. I think you had a really great villain character.
That's true, because we haven't gone back to it.
Yeah.
Like, in this time, we have gone back to watch Kung Fu Panda, but not the fourth one.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Watch once.
Because, like a lot, because I think we actually fully reviewed this movie, too. And a lot of people were correct in saying that you have an amazing villain, and you're not using that villain to the best of what they can do, and you just kind of
they could be more powerful. Yeah.
Next up is Dune Part 2. I remember feeling like we had like a spiritual experience watching this movie.
Is watched many times.
Yeah.
The first one.
And the second one. This one was crazy though, seeing the evolution of what was happening. I was just like glued.
And it's funny because I think Dune Part 1 is a watch once movie.
It's really funny. Much more happened in Part 2.
Yeah.
That was definite watch. Next up was really fun. Late Night with the Devil. We watched that March 28th. We interviewed one of the actors that worked on this movie. This one was really fun.
I feel like it's a definitely.
Yeah. This is such a unique concept. Kind of like a late night talk show.
It makes you think it's real.
Makes you think it's real. Kind of found footagey in a way.
Yeah.
So that was like very fun and unique. I really enjoyed that. Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. Getting into April now.
Ooh. I feel like it's my brother loves this movie. He's watched it many times.
He would put it in the OMG watch many times category.
I think it's a watch once.
I can see that.
It was good. It was really good.
It was a fun time.
Yeah.
But like I think compared to other things in the universe
Mhm.
that because they keep making movies.
We'll drop it there.
Yeah. Watch
Alright.
Once is fair.
Yeah.
I wonder if a lot of movies are going to be in the Watch Once category.
I can think. Yeah.
Next up is Abigail.
We had a fun time with Abigail.
Abigail was great. April 26th is when we watched this one. I think this is a definitely watch.
Definitely watch.
Yeah. I thought that was fun. It was a lot more horror comedy, but you kind of knew that from the trailer to begin with. It was very fun. It was a nice take on the little vampire story, vampire lore.
And we spoke with the cinematographer for this one. I think we'll keep it a definitely watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Next up is Monkey Man, May 4th.
We really like Monkey Man. We spoke with one of the with the antagonist. And we spoke with a couple other people.
Set decorator, I believe, and the costume designers.
I think it's a definitely watch.
You wouldn't put it at OMG?
I don't know that I would, no.
Really? Why not?
It's not to the level of Dune.
I didn't know Dune was like our now like defining thing of the category.
Well, if you look at this list, if you put that right there, does that make sense to you?
To me, it does, only because that was one of the best movie experiences we've had.
Okay.
But, I mean, up to you, because I also know what other movie I'm going to put in the OMG category.
We'll keep it in the OMG right now, and then we'll see. We can reassess.
Okay. Next up is Challengers. We saw this May 11th. I would think it was in the definitely watch category.
Yeah.
Is very interesting. It was
very interesting,
scandalous.
very intense,
yeah,
very scandalous.
Very intense. It's funny. I meant to do this, but the amount of people that were like, you should rewatch it, and look at it from like a different character's perspective. Yeah. You realize like a different character is actually the main antagonist.
Yes, and that was like, if you watch it the first time, you hate this person, and the second one, you hate this person.
I think she said that you'll hate her character when you watch it.
Yeah. The first time.
But then when you watch it the second time, you'll end up hating the blondie.
Yeah.
Which we never rewatched it. But maybe we will. Yeah.
We also spoke with people from this. Like, most of these movies we've spoken with someone from.
Yeah.
From it. And not all of them, but yeah.
Next up, I saw this one in theaters because it was called a Lazy Sunday early access event. It was the Garfield movie. We initially had tickets to go together, but only I could go.
I had to work, I think.
I think this is watch at your own risk.
Watch your own risk.
Or maybe even do not watch. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Whoa.
It's funny because at that event, Kaylin got this.
You got a squishy.
Oh, the green screen is on? I don't know.
I have no idea.
But anyways, yeah, we got that little guy. Watch at your own risk or do not watch.
Yeah. And I say that because I enjoyed my time there.
But there's better Garfield
content. But there's
out
way
there.
better Garfield content out there.
So it's like you really don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
Okay. I started watching it and never felt the urge to go back and finish it.
Yeah, no, we literally paused it. I forget why we paused it.
We were tired,
It's been months and we have not ever watched it again.
Okay.
Next up is The Fall Guy. We watched this on May 26th.
That was fun.
This was a very fun movie.
I would say definitely watch.
Yeah, this is really solid.
Ken was very excited. It's also like film universe.
Yeah, because it's all about like stuntmen in Hollywood. And I just had a great time. We love a good action comedy. I have no complaints about that. Next up is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. We saw this May 27th.
Honestly, this is definitely watch.
Oh, you think so?
And then there's other movies in the universe that are watched many times, but not this one.
Yes, I can agree with that. I feel like maybe the first two are maybe in the OMG category.
The first two for sure.
But this one's like a fair sequel. But
it
definitely feels different.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see that. Next up is Inside Out 2. We saw this a day after my birthday, June 23rd.
It was annoying. Anxiety was really annoying. I mean, duh.
Duh. You got annoyed. I thought it was really well done.
It was. We can put in definitely watch. I think it's a movie you have to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Because and they do so much research to make it as realistic.
Yeah.
On emotions and anxiety.
It was very emotional too.
It was a very emotional movie. So I definitely think it was really well done and deserves to be in the definitely watch category. Next up was Longlegs. July 19th is when we watched it. My only gripe with Longlegs was the fact that the marketing was so well done that I
movie was a little...
I came in so biased. I thought it would be one of the scariest movies of all time, when really it was much more subtle. I still think, like, Nicolas Cage's character is really creepy and freaky and frightening, but the movie itself, I wouldn't say the same thing about it.
Do you think it's a watch once?
I think so. I almost wish it was like an in-between. Between watch once and definitely watch. Because it was really entertaining, but not nearly as scary as the marketing made it out to be. And I don't know if that's more a criticism on them marketing it too well.
And one of the best scenes in the whole movie, which is with the snow, was accidental.
Yeah, we just found that out in an interview we just did. So we'll make sure we
with the costume designer.
Next up is Maxine. We saw this July 22nd. We actually watched the entire Pearl X universe in order to watch this movie. So this one did feel very different.
I think this one is watch at your own risk. Like if you want to watch the whole thing, then you are gonna end up watching this.
You would definitely need to watch the whole thing in order to understand what's going on. That is for sure.
But this is the ugly child, I think.
The ugly child. That's a way to refer to it. It was good.
Or do you want to keep it at watch once?
No, but you can keep it at watch your own risk.
Okay.
It was good, but very different than the other two. Twisters, August 3rd.
Twisters was definitely
watch. Yeah.
That movie was so good.
That was so crazy. It was a solid action. Adds to my fear of tornadoes as if that wasn't already a thing. Next up was A Quiet Place Day 1. We saw this August 9th. I want to say this is a watch once. Because it was scary. I'll give it that.
The first Quiet Place is better.
Yeah, it's part of like a continuing universe. I am glad that we get a prequel.
Yeah.
But
it was good. It's
the same thing with Night Swim. Once you watch it, you already know what's gonna happen.
The surprise factor is gone.
Yeah. Deadpool and Wolverine. We saw that August 10th.
I want to say watch many times.
You were just hating on Monkey Man for being next to Dude. Now you're gonna put Deadpool next to Dude?
It was so fun. So fun. So fun.
I think it should be in the definitely watch instead, but okay.
I gave you Monkey Man, you give me Deadpool.
Whatever, fine. Clearly you're biased. You love Deadpool so much. Despicable Me 4 is the next movie we saw that August 22nd.
I think it's a definitely watch. A watch once?
Yeah.
If you have kids, it's a definitely watch.
Yeah. Because your brother is obsessed. He has toys for all of the superpowered minions. The other movies were better, though.
I don't know.
I feel like they were.
We'll keep it at watch once, but if you have kids, it's a definitely watch. Even many times. If you're as an adult, I agree. No.
As an adult, I agree. Next up is Alien Romulus. Saw this August 28th.
We spoke with some of the SFX makeup artists. It was
definitely scary. I feel like we were at a disadvantage because we hadn't really seen any of the former Alien movies.
I think it's a watch once.
Yeah, definitely.
And it falls in the same category as like Kung Fu Panda. Like the other movies are just better. This one is again,
but it was still entertaining. And it was like a strange sequel but prequel of other sequels.
The final monster is amazing.
Yeah, I did really enjoy the special effects in this movie overall. Next up was It Ends With Us. September 6th is when we watched it.
I'm sorry. I had a really good time, but I just cannot bring myself to recommend such a despicable person.
Wow, we're really going there. Wow.
No, honestly, it deserves to be here. there.
It unfortunately is a good movie, but yes, there's a
Yeah.
lot of drama around it.
It was a decent movie that I think could have been done
Mhm.
better
Mm.
with a different cast
And costume.
and costume.
Continuing. Beetlejuice. We saw this movie 2 days before our wedding, which blows my mind. What were we doing? What was happening?
It was fun. I think
was
it's definitely watch.
It was a fun movie. It was, in my opinion, a pretty solid sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely watch. I have no other critique. Conclave. We saw this October 26th, the first movie we saw when we came back from our honeymoon.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I was in shock.
Every shot was amazing. You didn't want to watch this movie. You're like, I'm not super interested.
It was about the Catholic Church, and I'm not Catholic. I know nothing about that.
But from the trailer, you could tell that this movie was just cinema.
And the editing was insane because the character realizes something before we do as the audience. So we kept getting like reveal after reveal of scandal after scandal, and I was just like,
Yeah. If there is any movie that deserves to be watched many times in this list, it's that
Conclave.
one.
Yeah. I was on the edge of my seat.
All right.
Let's continue. Up next, Smile 2, October 27th.
It's really funny because we literally just interviewed the one who did the makeup for for Companion. She also did the makeup for Smile, and we did interview her for that. So we have a lot of little information on this movie.
This movie was incredible.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I don't think it would be in the OMG because, again, we have to compare it to Dune and the Conclave, but it's a definite watch.
It's a definite watch. It's better than Smile 1.
Yes.
I think.
I can agree with that.
It's bigger, it's better, it's a lot more oomph.
And that final monster. Beautiful. So
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. Okay, next up is Venom, The Last Dance. We saw this November 1st.
Now, you were asking me, I don't know if you enjoyed this movie. I did.
You did enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember it that well.
I think if I'm going based on like what I said with Alien or Godzilla X Kong, it might be a watch once because the other movies are better.
Yeah.
But if I'm going based on what I said for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, it's a definite watch. Like if you like Venom, definitely watch this one. Which I think is why I'm gonna give it definitely watch.
Okay.
But with the caveat that if you like Venom, watch this one. If you don't like Venom, there's other stuff that is better.
Because it's again similar formula with like the comedy mixed in with the action, but you got way more characters.
I think my favorite Venom is Let There Be Carnage, the second one.
Yeah, but makes sense. Next up is Terrifier 3. We saw this on November 6th.
It was very scary. Very scary.
This is a watch once.
Okay.
You say it's very scary. I say it's very gory.
It's very gory, yes.
This does continue the universe. However, again, I feel like I liked the other ones a little bit more. I mean, the whole basis of the film was always like a slasher film. Yeah. And there wasn't a tremendous amount of plot in the first one. So I do like that we get some more plot. We see that there's a bigger thing happening, but at the end of the day, I am just here for the kills. And it's gory to an extent that you might feel ill.
But again,
I heard a lot of people say
Terrifier 1 is a definitely watch. Terrifier 3, not so much.
Yeah, in comparison, yeah.
Moving on.
Now we get to go into some of the best movie watching experiences. First up is The Wild Robot. We saw that November 10th.
That is a OMG watch many times. Surprisingly.
I wanted to sob in the theater. It was so beautiful. I really want to get the book. Yeah. I hope the book is very similar.
It's just a really emotional, really cute. If you're a mom, you're going to sob.
Yeah. If you're a mom, you'd love this movie. But it is also really beautiful regardless. Yeah. And yeah, it was a beautiful animated film. Absolutely beautiful. And it was like, like a 2D look, but it might have been more 3D animation. Yeah. Like, it was a very interesting art style, which I really liked. Next up is Wicked. We saw it. Did we see it opening day? November 21st is when we watched it. Or is it the day after opening?
It was nearby there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I would think it's OMG.
You think it's OMG? Yeah. Watch many times.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you.
Oh,
I don't like musicals, and this was amazing.
It was amazing. I cannot wait for part 2.
Yeah.
Absolutely obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good watch. And that's self-explanatory because it's wicked. Next up is Gladiator 2. We saw that December 5th.
I think that's a definitely watch.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah.
There you
It was really fun. And compared to the first one, I think it was, again, like a really solid sequel.
Modern. It has been modernized, but the characters were really well laid out. It was a solid character arc.
Yeah.
And it was just overall a really good movie experience. And in theaters, even more so.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I didn't know I would like it. I don't tend to like all action movies.
Yeah, you didn't want to go watch it. I was like,
I know.
You have to. And she didn't even want to watch Gladiator 1. And I was like, listen, you kind of have to watch
You
the
do
first
have
one.
to watch Gladiator 1 in order to understand.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Red 1. We saw this on December 6th. This is surprising. I thought this was just going to be like, oh, like a fun... Don't you dare. Don't you dare put it in that OMG. But it's a definite watch. It's a definite watch.
It's a movie I'm going to watch every Christmas.
This
I'll
is
tell you
true.
that much.
But it's
I
still
think
a
it can go on a
watch.
definite watch.
It
has
so
really
fun.
bad ratings, I think.
I
think.
fun.
But it's so good. You have to watch it.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. Your brother said it was scary. I don't know what he was on or talking about, but I thought it was really well done.
Yeah, I agree.
A very fun Santa Claus Christmas movie. Next up is Moana 2. Came out, not came out. We watched it December 10th.
I think that's a definite watch.
You sure?
What do you think?
I think it's a watch once.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a watch once.
I don't know how to feel.
The music was very different.
Okay, Moana 1 is a definitely watch.
Yes. Music was very different. Obviously, the story was different, but it was different in the sense where I don't know, it felt more prominently different than the first movie. Nolan. So the music obviously sounded differently. Not to say that it wasn't still a fun watch and a fun movie, but I don't know.
Not the same vibe. No, I agree.
It lacked something that the first one obtained really well, but I'm not sure what it lacked.
Yeah.
Just it felt lower.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And last but not least,
Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
I think this has the same issue as Minions. If you have kids, my brother is absolutely obsessed with this movie.
Yeah.
I think it's a definitely watch or watch many times if you have kids. If you're an adult, I'm not gonna be rewatching this movie.
See, but I've seen other adults say that they absolutely love this movie and that
they're
gonna watch it again. So it just depends on personal preference.
Yeah.
For us, we're not like the hugest fans of.
I think it's because
Sonic
we haven't
movies.
seen the first one or the second one. We just went straight
I
into the
watched
third one.
the first one with your brother, and I did enjoy that one. But yeah, I don't know. It's fun. I liked the world building that we got in this movie. I also admit I was really tired because I had just got off of a shift. So I fell asleep during this movie.
I think it's a watch once, not because it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie. But because of the content of the movie, I don't think many people will find a need to go watch it again.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, is there anything we want to change, move around?
I still don't know how I feel about Monkey Man being on watch many times.
If you really want to lower it.
No, but we can keep it there. We can
keep
it because you gave me Deadpool.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just think it was one of our best movie theater experiences.
Yeah.
We were just like
it was really fun.
In awe, loving it. And then hearing how it was made too, it added to my love for it.
I know there's people that's gonna be like, what do you mean Red 1 definitely watch? Maybe even Wonka people will be like, huh? Out of Darkness is very, not indie, but like very...
It feels indie.
It feels very indie. Yeah. Some people might be like, Argyle should be lower, Sonic should be higher, Moana. Completely fair. People will be like, Poor Things down there? What are you talking about? And I'm
know.
like, yes. Down there. Seriously.
Emma still deserved the Oscar. We just had issues with the movie itself, not her performance. But yeah, I feel really solid with this. I think this is
pretty good. And I guess the first ones will get our Oscar award, our NCAT awards. The second ones will get Golden Globe.
Sure.
And the watch ones will get the Guild Awards.
The Guild Awards? Sure. But those are our rankings. Definitely comment down below if you disagree. I really want to know.
Yeah, let us know what your rankings are. Let us know what you think about these movies. Let us know if we absolutely made a mistake with some of them.
Which, hey, to each their own.
And as we mentioned earlier, tomorrow during the Oscars at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be watching live reacting to the Oscars on our YouTube and our Twitch, link in the description. So come along. And we're not exactly sure of the logistics of it, and we're not ever gonna be able to show the thing, but we're gonna be watching along with you guys.
Yes.
So join us, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, see you tomorrow.
And cut.